Right, let's do some low effort reaction content. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is the Reckonist. Welcome to Football Manager 25 development update. Yes, this morning Miles released a post explaining what's happening with FM25, a game I feel uniquely qualified to talk about. I say uniquely, there's probably not that many of us who have played for over 30 years now that don't work for SI. But yeah, this is going to be like 30 years of Football Manager for me. I can't believe it. Yes, 30 years. Right, what's happening? New era in Football Manager. We've got the Premier League license. We've been after it for a long, long time. It probably cost a fortune, and they're expecting to have returns on that. Okay, as you might expect. Great, official license, but don't bankrupt your company for it. You never needed it for 30 years. You know, what's the problem? I mean, you didn't need it, but don't, as long as you didn't bankrupt yourself, that's great. Okay, reviewing our approach. When I first spoke about the changes of coming FM25, yeah, blah, 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 blah. New UI, moving to the Unity engine. It was Unity, wasn't it? Yeah. Moving to the Unity engine, I'm sure I just read that. Yes, Unity. Yeah. So it's going to look a lot different in many, many respects, especially, hopefully, in-game. That's great. But the important stuff, let's talk about the important stuff. What is changing in FM25? Well, no touchline shouts. Let's talk about that. Good. I always thought that it was a bit pointless. In a simulation game that it's supposed to be, this kind of thing, like a morale boost or a morale control, like basically make people concentrate a bit more, maybe play a bit safer. All of that really should have been done by your... I always thought that should have been done by your players. That's why you have a captain, and that's why you have influential players throughout your team. That should be done automatically as it is. I think a good way around that would be is if your captain did it more often, and then other influential players around the pitch occasionally did that as well. But have it gone. I think it was it Kev Chapman that said that it's the equivalent. A touchline shout's the equivalent of pushing the close button on an elevator door. It doesn't do anything, but makes you feel good. So yeah, I completely agreed with that. Best way of putting it. But yeah, touchline shouts are gone. Hopefully they remain in some way, but not manually started by us. But that's just me wishing. I don't know. Social media screen and data chalkboard. Optimization of the UI. Yeah, so social media screen, it's gone. It was completely pointless. It was good flavor, but it was never important to your job as a football manager. It was effectively like the manager went into the toilet at work and started reading Twitter. Fine. It's fine. But yeah, they obviously didn't want to do that. That's right. Okay, this kind of upsets me, but they had details with it. Only 0.5% of people have done Create a Club of Football Manager, which I find quite low. I thought that would have been really like one of the more important things to keep. I mean, I liked it. The problem was its implementation, I thought, was the issue. Because the way you create a club, it was complicated and it wasn't clear. It wasn't friendly for the user, and I guess they've just gone, heck it, and no one uses it. 0.5% of people use it, probably because it's pretty bad. 5%. Sorry, I misread that. 5%, and it's 0.5 for versus mode. I completely get that. Still don't know what it is. Never got it. Never played it. Okay, gone. Challenge mode. Console touch and mobile series. Never touched it. I have Football Manager Touch. I think I played it for like an hour. It doesn't feel like the same game to me, so I don't feel qualified to talk about that, but it's gone. Fantasy Draft. What are they doing it? This mode will not be playable day one of FM25, so they're gonna bring it, or they're intending to bring it mid-cycle feature, which is quite smart because mid-cycle they usually do the database update. It's usually about February after the transfer window, and they can put it in there as well. So that's a pretty good idea, just to drip feed it out. But then as a customer, I'm kind of like, well, why isn't it ready at the start? You know what video game companies are like, and not providing what they say. But anyway, there. Okay, so they've partnered with FIFA Esports to do a Football Manager tournament. As the 11-time Football Manager World Champion, I feel qualified to say this will be a shit show. The reason being is it's a match engine, and match engines get abused. And I could totally see 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9 draws. I mean, it's just going to be, unless there's some sort of arbitrary thing stopping absolute pummeling, which therefore isn't a simulation anymore, is it? It's being controlled. So, 24 players will contest the tournament in Liverpool in August. I will not be going, put it that way. I wouldn't be invited, no doubt. But FIFA and esports and Football Manager, I don't think it's a great idea. I don't even think that, I can try and what I read in between lines that possibly aren't even there. That sounds like a Sega thing, doesn't it? It sounds like a publisher thing, promotion. But, they should try it, but honestly, I don't think it will work. I think it will be I think it kind of will be, it'll highlight the issues with the game to a worldwide audience. That's what I think will happen, but I would love to be proved wrong. I hope it becomes incredible. I think it's like the greatest esport of all time. I cannot see it, but what do you think about that? I just don't think it'll be. It might be amusing, but in a way a car crash is, that kind of thing. We'll move on from that. New era, new UI. I've seen pictures of the new UI. There's some screenshots, work in progress. This is the kind of thing that you're looking at for, just says portal. I don't know if that's like the home page or anything, but work in progress. There's some screenshots, and it's very pretty. It looks like modular, and you can kind of move things if you want them. Hopefully, it will possibly annoy a lot of skin makers, but I don't care about that really. Tackling. So they've done match engine changes as well. They talk about tackling and stuff. That's the obligatory things I thought I'd need. Introducing tiles. They're called tiles. That's right, tiles, not modular tiles. Anyway, okay, yeah. So this looks like the match screen. It's very simplified. I hope that they're not pulling away from the PC experience to make a sort of homogenous PC, tablet, mobile, whatever version for everyone. I hope the PC version is still the one that they focus on. How can I help FM25 members with initial studio trip to London? Continue testing it. Okay, yeah, so some influencers will get invites. And a further taste of what's coming. Thanks for your time so far. Blah, 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 blah. All right, okay. Let's read between lines here. The game's going to come out. They've taken some things out. They've improved, inverted commas, some things. The only major thing from my point of view that's happened in all of this is the touchline shout's going. Everything else is kind of secondary to that, because that affects the actual matches, which is the only thing I'm interested in. But yeah, honestly, that's it. Football Manager 25, some interesting changes, let's put it that way, but not a lot, honestly. The only thing that's affected me is the touchline shouts. What's affected you the most? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll do a follow-up to this. If you have any observations or questions, by all means, say them. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you around the way. Take care.